What's up guys? Welcome back to another video. I know a lot of you guys have seen my video I posted a few hours ago about the 7.55 jailbreak released, and with Mira also being released for 7.55. And guys, a lot of you guys also asked me to go make a tutorial for you to go and upgrade to the 7.55. So guys, I'm going to cover three different things in this video. One, how to upgrade your PS4. Number two, how to jailbreak your PS4 on 7.55. And number three, should you update your PS4 to 7.55? Now, these are three important things over here, guys. So I'm going to start with upgrading your PS4 to 7.55 first. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how I try to jailbreak it real time, trying on different hosts and how my PS4 reacted, just to get an idea of how the 7.55 jailbreak, jailbreaking experience actually is. And number three, based on my experience, I'm going to give you some pointers on what I think if you should really update to 7.55 or stay back where you are. And that would be towards the end of the video. So guys, make sure you stick along and let's go. So guys, talking about upgrading, that's the first thing we're going to do. And in order to do that, we need to go ahead and download the 7.55 firmware. So we're going to go jump into the system and we're going to start off over there. I'm going to show you how to go get the firmware and we're going to see step by step. So let's go. As mentioned, first thing you need is the firmware. I would suggest you go to DarkSoftware.xyz. I will leave the link in the description. However, when you do access the website, you will not be able to click the download button because you need to be signed in. So I'm already signed in over here. I'm going to just log out here just to give you an idea of how it's going to look when you go and access the web page. So guys, you click the firmware list over here, just close the ad. And there you go. You should be able to see this particular page. However, it should be login mentioned. You will not be able to download the firmware unless you actually log in. Log in here. So I'm just going to log into my account. All right, go to PS4. Firmware list, and then you should be able to download the particular firmware. So guys, this is the retail firmware, this is the test kit firmwares, and then you have the recovery firmwares. There's a lot of confusion. A lot of people have been asking me which one to go for. Just to put it in a very easy way, if you already have a firmware installed on your PS4 like 5.05 or 6.72 or any firmware that you're able to boot into your PS4 and actually browse or in the firmware, then you can use a retail firmware to just directly update. You're just going to update from whatever firmware you're on to whichever firmware you choose to go to. So that's the retail firmwares. The recovery firmwares is when you do not have your PS4 with any firmware in it. For example, when you're changing your hard drive or you want to do a deep restore or a deep factory reset, then you use a recovery firmware. So guys, you can use either of these two, the retail or the firmware, the recovery firmware, in order to update your PS4. But you can only use a recovery firmware to format your PS4. So if that makes it easier, that's how it is. So let's go all the way down here. So as you can see here, 7.51. 7.55, or in this particular tutorial, I'm going to go and update to 7.55 because that's where Mira works best and it's the highest jailbreakable firmware right now. So I like to prefer to be on the latest one. But guys, if you want to go for 7.51 or 7.50, that's up to you guys. You can choose which one you want to go for. But for this particular video, I'm going to choose 7.55. Whichever one you want to do, you just have to go and download that particular one. So I'm going to click on download here, and I already have it downloaded. And as you guys can see here, there it is. Right here, it's 474 MB. If it's a recovery one, it's almost 1.2 gig or 1.4 gig, something around that. And plus, there is no 7.55 recovery version available. So we're gonna go with the update one, the retail one. Alright guys, so if you look into Sony's official instructions on how to go ahead and update your PS4, so you should have a FAT32 USB or an exFAT, either one will work, USB pen drive with a folder named PS4, and inside that folder you should have another folder called update, and inside that update, so we need to rename this as PS4 update.pup, which is exactly what you're gonna. I'm gonna do this on the video so you guys can see exactly how it's done. So right over here, if you look at my desktop, I do have a pen drive. I do have the pen drive and it's empty right now. And just to give you an idea, let me just go to get info. And guys, as you can see, it's exFAT, it's 32 gig. I'm just using a random one right now. So I'm gonna create a new folder first. I'm gonna call the PS4. Make it this way. In PS4, I'm gonna create another folder and I'm gonna call that update. Okay. So now we have this checked, and now the third one is, so inside the update folder, we're going to go ahead and drag in our PS4 update. So I'm going to copy this over. Okay, so we just finished copying over to the USB. And guys, if you remember, it needs to be exactly PS4 update.pup. So that's actually what I'm going to do because this one does have another name. So I'm going to call it PS4 update.pup. There you go. So now we have it, PS4 update.pup. So that's all you need to do, guys, on the computer side. And once you do this, you can safely eject your USB pen drive and then stick it into your PS4, and the rest of it, we're going to do it over there. So let's go to the PS4. Alright guys, so we're here in the PS4 again. So as you can see here, I'm going to log into my account and now I'm presently on 7.02. If I go to settings, and I'm going to show you that I'm not jailbroken at the moment. I'm going to go to system information, and I'm on 7.02. And I'm not really jailbroken at the moment. Alright guys, so before you go and update your PS4, the very first thing you gotta do is make sure you enable updates, because once you jailbreak, the first thing normally everyone does is disable the updates. So now we gotta go and enable the updates, or the PS will not be able to update to the version that you want to. So I'm gonna go to this cached version of NightKing that I have here. Because as you can see, I do have it cached over here. So normally what the first thing we do when we jailbreak a PS4 is disable updates, because we don't want to have a last minute crisis of the PS4 going to the latest firmware. So if you're someone who actually disabled your update, then you'll have to go and click on enable first. Once you've done that successfully, then you can come back and continue the rest of the steps. Let's just go down to settings right over here. Go to settings, then you go down to System Software Update. Once you click on System Software Update, it's going to go ahead and scan it to see if you find a pen drive. And guys, as you can see, the following version of the system software is available. That's version 7.55, which is exactly what I want to go and update to. So it has read my pen drive, and it has read the firmware file inside, so it's good to go. So if you do not get the screen, so that means you might have an issue with the way you renamed the file or the foldering structure in your pen drive, or your pen drive is not plugged in properly, or try a different port and then try again. So once you come to this particular point, click on next, and then it says the system software of the PS4 will be updated. The PS4 will restart and start the update. So guys, let's go ahead and click on update and let's go for it. It's going to copy the update file. Alright guys, so I'm going to go and fast forward this. So what's going to happen is it's going to say preparing to install, and then it's going to go restart your PS4, and then it's going to go into a different software update mode, and then it's going to go ahead and update your PS4. It's going to flash the motherboard, and once it's done with that, then it's going to go ahead and boot up and come straight to this particular screen. And here we are, back to the PlayStation screen. Here we are guys, and as you can see, just the first notification over here, it says install system software version 7.55. So let's go verify that in, let me go verify that in settings. Gonna go all the way down to system information, and guys, I am successfully upgraded to 7.55. Now comes the more important thing on how to jailbreak this, and there are a few different hosts guys, and as you can see here, my games are still here. Nothing is gone, all the packages are still here, my fake packages. So guys, first thing you do once you update your PS4, most of the settings should retain, but just to make sure, just go to settings, and what I would suggest is once you connect to the internet, you see automatically it starts downloading the latest firmware. We don't want that. I would suggest all this all the time. Go to system, then go to automatic downloads, and make sure you have all of these off guys. So your featured content, system software update files, and application update files are all unchecked, so you don't actually have to get this done, or it would not automatically try to download and install these stuff automatically. So guys, there are a few different hosts that's available to go ahead and jailbreak on 7.55. Namely, there is NightKing, there is the GamerHacks, there is TheWolfGames, and finally you also have the Darkmodder, which is updated for 7.55. So guys, since I'm editing this video after I've completed doing the entire test, in the test I actually mentioned I'm not going to go ahead and skip it. I'm going to keep it real time. Just to save you guys some time, I suggest I'm going to go and cut a few parts out because the experience wasn't the best. And I'm going to show you exactly what happened in a much more nicer way, which also saves you time. Alright, so let's go. There you go, the nightKinghost.github.io. The link might change. I did speak to them and they said that they might go back to the ir.ir link. So just keep updated. I will keep updated. Okay, so cache is installed successfully. Turn off the internet and reopen the browser. So we'll just do just that because instructions are pretty important. Switch off the internet right there. And I'm going to go back to the browser now. There we go, guys. So here I am in NightKing 1.1 for 7.50/7.55. There's only one thing as Mira right now, the Mira launcher, and you have other few payloads over here. So let's go and check the Mira out. And guys, I'm going to make this real time. No cutting, no skipping. I'm going to keep it straight off here. So let's go and give this a shot. First attempt. And let's see what happens. Okay. Not a problem. First time going down, that's all right. Second attempt, third attempt. I guess it should be as stable as the 7.02 because it kind of uses the same exploit. Okay, so I think this time is going through. That was probably the third attempt. Okay, looks like it's corrupted successfully. Waiting for the final message. PS4 jailbreak with success. That sounds pretty good. I'm waiting for the mirror to launch. Okay, that did not go well. I actually had a kernel panic. Let's restart the PS4. See what happened there. So this ugly screen again. Here we go. We're back in the host menu. And I'm going to go for mirror. And let's just see what happens this time. This is again real time, guys. Real time. Okay. First attempt. Second attempt. Third attempt. Fourth attempt. So the fifth attempt, something is happening. Hopefully it's not going to lead to a kernel panic again. Okay, that corrupted successfully. Okay, PS4 jailbreak with success. Fingers crossed it doesn't kernel panic again. Okay, looks like that's good news, guys. You're all set. And it kernel panicked again. That's bad news. I'm going to go and restart the PS4 and try a different host to see how things work out on a different host. Okay, guys, after 2 kernel panics from the Knight's host, I don't know if it's maybe it's the host issue or maybe it's the jailbreak issue overall. So I'm going to go ahead and try out a different exploit now, and I'm going to go ahead to the browser first. Make sure you delete all the cookies in cache before you proceed to the next host that we're testing out. So I'm going to delete the cookies, clear website data. Okay, so I'm going to go to TheWolfGames. I'm going to type this on real quick. Alright, here we go, guys. This is the Wolf Gamer, and let's just see if this one works out better. Alright, so I'm going to go straight to Mira, and let's load it up and see what happens. Alright, looks like something's happening right off, but the first attempt, no memory error, no problem. Let's move on to the next attempt. Second attempt. Okay, something's happening the third attempt. Okay, hopefully something's happening this time. Okay, it corrupted successfully. Waiting for the next successful attempt. Okay, PS4 jailbreak. Waiting for Mira to load up, guys. Okay, it looks like my PS4 is hung. It's definitely not a good sign. So because my DualShock controller just completely disconnected and my PS4 is just frozen. I'm not able to connect my PS4 back. I might have to force shut down it and try again on a different host this time. So far, guys, not the best experience on 7.55, but yeah, my PS4 is just literally hung. I'm not even able to hit the power button. I might have to pull the plug. So guys, clearly that did not go well. So I had a bad experience with the NightKing, and now also with the TheWolfGames. NightKing just KP'd and just shut off, but the WolfGamer actually had me frozen right over there for quite some time. I had to pull the plug. But now what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it another chance just to see if something went wrong. We have restarted the PS4 now. We're going to go and try it again. Let's see what happens. Let's go hit Mira again, and let's see what happens, guys. And I feel like you already have the answer right here now because it's really unstable right now, as you can see, at least in my my real-time video of what I'm facing right now. I'm not really happy about it, obviously. Okay, first attempt, second attempt, the third attempt. Okay, that went successful. Hopefully this time it's not going to hang just like the last time. Okay, PS4 jailbreak successful. I'm going to keep moving my cursor around to see if it doesn't hang this time. Okay, looks like it hung again. So the NightKing host keeps KPing. Oh, this KP'd too. Okay. Alright, yep. It's not good news. Moving on to the third host. Losing hope. Okay guys, we tried NightKing. We also tried the TheWolfGames. I've been having issues, but I don't know if it's because of the host or the jailbreak itself. So I'm going to try out another host and see how this responds, and then we're going to decide on what to do next. So I'm going to go ahead and clear the cookies and the data. GamerHack.github.io. So this is what we're going to load up. I'm going to load that up real quick. Just a second. Let me type that down. Okay, so we have an installing offline cache going on right over here. Alright guys, so now close and reopen your browser. That's exactly what we're going to do. Close and reopen it, and then let's give this a shot. And let's hope this one actually goes much better than the last 2 times we tried. So I'm going to load up Mira. Alright, fingers crossed guys, fingers crossed. Okay, first attempt, not a problem. Second attempt. Third attempt. Fourth attempt. Fifth attempt. Sixth attempt. Okay, 8th attempt, something is happening. Okay, successfully corrupted. Waiting for the remaining messages to load up. Okay, so it says it's done. Successfully got. I have different messages on all the different hosts, but it's not stuck yet. Okay, well I got a jailbreak fail this time instead of a KP. or any of that stuff. So let's go and restart the PS4 and try again. There we go. Just gonna click on Mira. Let's see what happens. Hopefully this time it loads up. 5th attempt, 7th attempt, 9th attempt. Okay, I don't know how many attempts it's been, but now it's kind of loading something up again. Okay, corrupted successfully. Hopefully this time it's going to be successful. So it's not frozen. Okay, this is good news. Okay, no idea. It just went blank all of a sudden. Alright, so that's interesting. It just completely went blank. I think this is one of those Chendo ways of implementing it, but I'm going to see if it does have the debug menu settings over here. Alright guys, looks like we are jailbroken right now. Awesome. Finally jailbroken after quite a lot of attempts on different hosts right now, and this was kind of interesting the way it kind of faded into black and came back again. So this is kind of the way that Chendo did it the second time for 6.72, a different way of implementing it. So this seems like it's going to work for me. I'm not sure if it's going to be the same way for everyone, but let's fire up a game and see if it's loading up. Alright guys, there you go. It looks like it's successfully loading up right now. Alright, excellent. So guys, it's loading up. Debug menu settings are there, and we are presently jailbroken. But now, there's one more thing I want to test out, guys. I want to test out Darkmodder's website. He does have 7.55 also on the website. So we're going to go and try and do that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and restart the PS4. I'm going to come back in, and I'm going to try out Darkmodder's website just to see if that is a little better than this. It doesn't load the same way. Let's just see how it works out. Alright guys, we are back again after one successful jailbreak attempt. So this time we'll do the last test here. We're going to open up Darkmodder's website and then try and jailbreak with this exploit. See if that has a different reaction, at least to my PS4, and see how that goes compared to the first 2-3 attempts that we did with the NightKing. Okay, let me try this, type this down real quick. We see... Alright guys, here we go. This is Darkmodder's website. And it's automatically starting to cache on the 7.5x. I think it has some kind of a method to find out which firmware you're on, and it's already caching it. So let this finish caching, and then we're going to see how this one turns out. Okay, looks like it's completely cached. Turn off the internet, reopen the page to run the exploit. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Okay guys, so I think it's back to those 6.72 days in the very beginning. It says, do you want to run the jailbreak? Click cancel if you already have ran this after booting. Requires you to run payloads, not required for running bin loader. So I'm going to click on OK because I want to jailbreak the PS4. So I'm going to click OK. Let's see what happens. Okay, well, first attempt, not a problem. Second attempt, third attempt, fifth attempt, seventh attempt, ninth attempt. Okay, the 10th attempt, something's happening. And I kind of like how they have the whole thing going on top. It went 50% and they gave me another error. Let's try that again. Okay, so it goes 50%. Waiting for it. Okay, this time it's going more than 50%. Okay, says 100%. And I want to see how... Okay, well... Okay, it's still not frozen though. No KPs either. Okay, well, there you go, guys. Looks like it's successfully exploited. Unlike the previous one, it doesn't black out the screen, so that's good news. So it says refresh the page once you get ready for client. So I'm not going to refresh the page. I'm just going to go out and let me see if the debugging settings are on. Looks like it's not. So I guess that wasn't the only step that needs to be done. Okay guys, so that was basically just the exploit was successful. I'm going to click on Mira now to load Mira. So let's just see how this one works. Feels a little bit like 6.72 with the whole jailbreak first and then goes to Mira. Waiting for exploits. And okay, I think the same thing happens again. The screen does go blank and I think it should come back. The last time I tried pressing the home button, but this time I'm not going to press it. Let's just see what happens. There you go, it comes back automatically and you should be jailbroken. Let me check. Settings, debug setting, guys. Perfect. So it looks like it is successfully working. So you are successfully jailbroken. As you can see, debug settings right over here. If I go to system and go down to system information, I'm on 7.55, guys. So far, I would say Darkmodder's website looks like it's working well, and you can actually get a good idea of how the percentage works through. Compare also to the GamerHack, but however, not having a really good luck with NightKing's host and with the TheWolfGames. So guys, I would prefer refraining from that, or maybe it's just my PS4 fat that's maybe working better with these two exploits. I wouldn't know for sure just yet. However, I would suggest you to go and try it out if you're on 7.55 already. So right now, guys, this is what's working right now, and I will, again, as mentioned, will make a video where I'm going to be comparing all the exploit hosts and seeing how well it works in regards to stability. However, guys, just to note, rest mode is not fixed and this does not work. So I'm going to go and try out rest mode to see how it reacts to that. And I'm going to enter rest mode right now. Alright guys, rest mode does not work because it literally just crashed my PS4 and it switched off. Alright guys, so just to sum it up, that was my experience with 7.55. I tried the NightKing host first, 2 kernel panics back to back. Both the times it was successful, I had kernel panics. Then I tried the WolfGamer and I did have my PS4 hang up on me and I was not able to use it. But however, GamerHack host did work pretty okay for me, and it was fine. And then Darkmodders worked even better. And this is what I would suggest, guys. My conclusion so far, I haven't done a proper detailed exploit comparison, but I would say Darkmodder's website works best for me specifically. But let me know in the comments if you're already on 7.55 and which one works best for you as of right now, even if you're on 7.50 or 7.51. Alright guys, coming to the question, should you update to 7.55? Now the answer is very relative. What I would suggest, if you're on 5.05 or on 6.72, guys, honestly, most of the games are being backported, and even right now, Ghost of Tsushima is already being backported and has a fix for 5.05 and 6.72. Likewise, most of the other games have been dumped and are being backported as well. So for people who are on 5.05 and 6.72, I would say stay put a little bit longer, because this has not gotten stable at all, as you could see my entire experience dealing with it. Now for people on 7.02, it's not going to be a major difference for you to go ahead and upgrade. It could be relative for you and your personal choices, because 7.02 kind of uses the same exploit, could have the same amount of percentage with success. So if you're going to face the same thing on 7.02, might as well go for 7.55. So you can actually play the games without backporting, because most of the backportings are going to be focused more on 5.05 or 6.72. Of course, it should be working on 7.02 as well, just to be on the same bridge as 7.02, 7.50, 7.51, and 7.55. I personally prefer to be on the latest one along that bridge, so that's what I chose to go ahead and upgrade, and as well as to make this particular video for you guys. For those of you on 7.50 or 7.51, there is news that Mira works better on 7.55 and it might fail or crash like crazy on 7.50 and 7.51. I haven't personally faced it because I have not gone through those firmwares. I just went straight up to 7.55. So if you're on one of those firmwares and you think that Mira is not really working well for you, you might as well upgrade to 7.55. It's along the same lines and it has a better compatibility with Mira. So guys, overall, I would suggest waiting for a little longer when Hen gets released. Just like 6.72, initially it was really buggy and lots of KPs and lots of issues. 6.72 is doing really well right now. So now that we're at a point that we have Mira and the Hen is going to be coming out soon for 7.55 and these particular firmwares, I think that we are progressing in the right way, and giving it a little longer time would be a better point of time, guys. And I think I'm going to wait for maybe 4 or 5 days and just to see how the things settle down. And most of the payloads are being updated for 7.55 because that's mostly what most of the people are going to go for. And let's just see how the stability works over time. And I will be dropping a video and I'm going to delay that for like 4 to 5 days ahead just to go ahead and exploit comparison, comparing to how it is right now for my present experience, to seeing how things are going to develop in the next 4 to 5 days. And then I'm going to make my video so just see how things go. But that's about it, guys, for this particular video. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was kind of a long video because I had to go in depth with every single aspect of it. And if you like this video, go ahead and drop it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, go ahead and drop a subscribe, guys. And let me know what you think about the 7.55 jailbreak. So guys, go ahead and drop me a comment. Let me know which firmware you're on. What do you think about updating? Do you want to upgrade? Do you don't want to upgrade? You don't want to upgrade? You want to stay back on which firmware? Let me know your thoughts and let me know which host you're using as well. So you can go ahead and share it and let me know how is your success rate working along and what games are you so excited to play. And that's right guys, I'm going to be dropping another video shortly just to let you know what all games are going to be coming out, what all games are compatible with 7.55, and I'm sure most of you guys are going to be really busy gaming, and I hope you have a great time. I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Until then, happy gaming guys, and cheers. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.